For a while now, I've been working on building a new desk, and well, it's done. For a while now, I've been working on building a new desk, and well, it's all done. When looking at the new edition, it should be pretty easy to see what setup I'm trying to go with, but that's besides the point. Today, I want to give you some tips that I learned during this process to help you improve your setup and make it cleaner. With that said, let's get into it. Number 1, long cables. Being able to run a DisplayPort cable straight down from your GPU to the ground, then to your desk, then back up directly to your monitor makes a massive impact on the look of a space. It does sound straightforward, but most people don't act on the concept, so go for it. But if I had to recommend a length, 15 feet is perfect for most situations. It allows you to set up your PC on a separate platform, like a nightstand or a filing cabinet, and run cables along the ground, meeting up perfectly with either a desk leg or going up in one nice bundle. And yes, it is the length I used on my setup for most of my cables, but there are a few 10-footers, and with a quick glance, it's pretty obvious which are which and which cables run better. Number 2, USB hub. While the USB hub can be quite the investment, it is 100% worth it. You don't have to worry about any weird wires hanging from the back of your desk anymore. Just a single USB wire that can be sized and routed is all you need. Just make sure you mount it properly, because if it falls later, it can be quite the mess. If there was one I had to recommend, it'd be the 7-port hub from StarTech.com. It supplies plenty of power to every connection, all your ports are 3.0, and it's not detectable by your PC. That last one is what sealed the deal for me, honestly. No setup required or bloatware, just plug and go. And there's plenty of spare ports for you to expand in the future. Be aware though, I do not recommend running a microphone through this hub. It will add an effect to your mic that sounds like a Geiger counter going off right next to it.
Oh no!
3, plan your route before you go. Yeah, this may sound simple, but I cannot stress this enough. Take your time and plan what you do. To give you a real example of how important this is, I had to cut about 40 zip ties when routing the cables for my desk because I consistently forgot one cable each time I set a run. At one point, I was rather concerned of the real possibility of running out of zip ties before the job was done. So please, make sure you lay your wires, adjust as needed, and be 100% sure you are set before you tie anything down. It will save you a headache later on. Number 4, do not buy a glass desk. Have you ever tried cable managing a glass desk? Well, I have, and it's impossible. There's no way to be 100% content with your work, because there will always be exposed wires or cable mounts or anything really. Do whatever it takes to stay away from glass, honestly. As the old saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. Number 5, experiment. Look, in the end, you're only limited by the money in your pocket and the creativity you hold. In other words, don't be afraid to try something different. Just some paint can make everything fall into place if you have a theme in mind, but don't go over 3 or 4 colors though. At that point, a setup can look rather busy. If you want to go for a more practical route, try drilling some holes in your desk to hide some of those accessory wires. It's a quick, easy option to hide some of those pesky cables, especially when they don't match the color scheme you're aiming for. For me, it was flat out building something from the ground up to suit my needs. Is it perfect? No. There are things I could have done better, like fixing the cracks or drilling holes so that cables from my mouse and keyboard can be out of sight. But I'm super happy with what I have now, and that is what you should aim for. In the end, it's almost impossible to be 100% content with what you have. That is the artist's curse after all. By the end though, be happy with what you have and carry that desire to improve onto the next project, because we all know there is never an end to this struggle. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you to Culture of Gaming for supporting us. Check them out in the description below.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.